What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're someone you like those legends of the game, I'm talking about the guys that played from the 60s through the early 2000s, and you do 2K builds, then this is definitely the channel for you. Or maybe if you're someone that's younger and you may not have seen some of these guys play, and you just want to maybe get some ideas of some names that you can look up and look at their highlights and things. And I would definitely recommend subscribing to this channel, guys, because that's all I focus on. And also, if that's something you enjoy, I would greatly appreciate if you'd posterize that like button. It would really help me out. And let's go ahead and let's get into today's video, guys. Okay. So while I normally try to do guys that are underrated, I don't feel like you could really say that Kareem is an underrated player. But in some ways, I do feel like he has been underrated simply because when people talk about the greatest to ever play the game, a lot of people that they'll mention Jordan and they'll mention LeBron, and very seldom does Kareem's name ever come up. And in all honesty, guys, Kareem, you can argue, has had a better career than anyone, you know, period. Because if you look, his dominance started in high school, and then again, at the college level, and then in the NBA. He's dominated at all levels. Of course, he's the all-time leading scorer. He has the one shot that is unguardable, pretty much, and in the skyhook. And I've often wondered, why hasn't more big men, mastered the shot like Kareem, the skyhook? And if you watch Kareem shooting that shot, his balance is just it's perfect, really. And I really think that that's the biggest reason why a lot more big men they haven't used the skyhook, and it's just because Kareem made it look very easy, it was an incredibly difficult shot to master. And Kareem, he had the perfect, set, skill set to utilize that with his height and his ability to have that balance. Um, you know, it made it to where it was a very lethal weapon for him. But others that may have tried that, they may not have, they may not have been coordinated enough to, to have been able to master it the way that Kareem did. Um, so yeah, guys, I mean, Kareem, there's very few people I would imagine that haven't seen Kareem play. But if you haven't, if you've never watched Kareem play the game, I would definitely say at the end of this video, guys, definitely go and watch some of his highlights and just um, it's not going to be like you think. It's not going to be like big men like Shaq that he was just physically dominant and he would just punish you down low and just dunk on you. Kareem he was finesse through and through. I mean that he would get to his spot that he wanted to be in, and then he would just basically turn, lift up, and just shoot that sky hook over top of you, and you just had no chance. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get into this, guys. Okay, so we know if we're doing a Kareem build, we're going to want to go with the pure blue, right? I mean, you can go blue and red if you wanted to because Kareem was pretty good on the defensive end with getting blocks and things. But Kareem was he was most dominant in the post with that sky hook. So you want to go pure red just to get everything that you're going to get with it. Okay. And with the physical pie chart, guys, you can go whatever way you want. Me personally, I just feel like as a center, okay, and, I'm someone that I've done a lot of center builds on this game, and I played with a lot of center builds. The two things you want vertical and you want strength, okay, especially with the Kareem build, because I'll show you why when we get to it. So you definitely want to go this route because speed at the center position, especially if you're doing my career or something like that, it's not that big of a deal. But what you want to do here, guys, you want to max out your close shot, standing dunk, and post hook. And that'll get you 30 finishing badges. You'll go ahead and you'll put some on your post fade. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to max out your playmaking. That's just to get those playmaking badges, nothing more. And then for your defense, you're going to put your interior, your lateral, and then your block and offensive and defensive rebounding up. Once we're done doing that, that should leave us 3. And we'll just throw those 3 in our mid range because we're not going to get any additional badges anywhere else. Now for the body type, guys, you could really go either way that you wanted. Me personally, just to make it look more like a Kareem build, I'll just do solid. We'll go 7'2". We'll pull that down to 225. And see, guys, this is the reason why you wanted that strength, because if you look, that does pull the strength down quite a bit. We're all the way down to 70 on our strength now. But let's go ahead. Let's look at all of our attributes and where we are. Okay, so we know that once we get this build maxed out, we're going to get a +4 to all of our attributes. So if we look at that, guys, you're going to have a close shot of 99, a standing dunk, and a post hook of 99 as well. So inside, guys, with this build, you're going to do very, very well. In that hook is going to be almost unguardable, just like Kareem's skyhook was. Now you will have a post fade of 76, and that'll jump up to 80 once you get this maxed out. With the pass accuracy of 66, ball control of 35, and a post control of 97. So you'll be able to do really, really well on, as far as the post control goes and things like that with this build as well. And on the other end, guys, you'll have an interior defense of 74 with a lateral quickness of 50, which with someone that's 7'2", that's really, really good. And then you'll have a block of 86 and an offensive and defensive rebounding of 84. So that's really, really good, guys. You'll be able to do well with that. Now, if you wanted to, you could go glass cleaner with this, guys. But if you're wanting to stay true to Kareem, I would say go post take, simply because, that's where you're going to be doing your damage with this build. So there you go, guys. And let's look at that. The very first one, shades of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So, we know we're on the right track with this build. If that's the very first one that we're seeing. So we will go ahead and we'll max this out. Now, guys, look, we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to put back down Punisher and Hook Specialist. We're going to put Dream Shake up to silver. Fast Twitch, guys, I'm telling you, as a big man, that's a very, very overpowered badge. We'll do Post Spin Technician, Unstrippable, and then Grace Under Pressure. So, guys, it's like I said, I do a lot of center builds, and if you're doing center builds, that's going to be doing your damage around the basket, and it's not going to be like a stretch build, then this badge layout is going to be really, really good for you. Because if we look at it, guys, and I'll kind of show you how everything ties together, okay? So on Hall of Fame, we got Back Down Punisher, Fast Twitch, Grace Under Pressure, Hook Specialist, Post Spin, Rise Up, and Unstrippable, with Dream Shake on silver, okay? Now you're going to use Back Down Punisher just to get you to your spots. You're going to use Fast Twitch for those situations when you get to your spot and you may go up for a dunk or a layup. You're going to use Hook Specialist because you're going to utilize the hook shot with this build, and that just boosts that percentage with the hook shot. You want to do Grace Under Pressure because if you look, that boosts the effectiveness of standing shots under or near the basket. Post Spin Tech because, that improves the ability of post spins. So if you do utilize that, that's going to help you tremendously. You want to do rise up simply because that makes it easier to dunk when you're under the basket. And unstrippable, that just protects the ball while you're doing layups or dunks so you don't get stripped. And then, of course, Dream Shake, guys, look, as you can see, raises the chances that a defender bites when doing fakes in the post. You want that because you're going to be doing fakes and things. And if you can get your defender in the air, so you can kind of go under, do an up and under move, or something, maybe even draw the foul. It's going to, you're doing this, guys, because as a big man, these all work really well for a big man build. Okay? So, for your shooting badges, guys, if you're going to be somebody that you go for a lot of offensive rebounds, you could definitely do slippery off ball. Me personally, I'm going to go hot zone hunter simply because you're going to get some hot zones with those hooks, and that's going to increase the effectiveness of those hook shots even more than they already are. Now here, guys, you've got a lot of options. You've got 20 playmaking badges, and I'm just going to show you what I use and explain why I use it. I'm going to go ahead and put them on there now. Okay, so, and then I'll go ahead and break them down for you. So again, you want to look at this from a big man's perspective, okay? You're doing a big man build. You're going to be playing in the post and things like that. You're going to be going for rebounds. So for that very reason, you want break starter, simply because you get the ball out quickly, get it moving in transition. Bullet passer, that basically improves your ability to quickly pass the ball. So if you get double teamed, I feel like bullet passer, needle threader, post playmaker, and unpluckable, those 4 badges actually will work really, really well together for you. And with this build, guys, you will get double teamed, and those 4 badges will help you, basically to help keep you from turning the ball over, because, it gets stolen or you make a bad pass or whatever. And that's the reason why I like using those badges with this type of build. Glue hands is just simply there because if the entry pass is bad, it's going to, again, lessen that chance of it being a turnover because you fumble the ball and it goes out of bounds or whatever the case may be. And then you got quick first step simply because, you're not going to be using it very often because it's a center build and you're going to mainly be in the post. But, if you do face up your the opposing center, that's going to help you get the jump on them and, potentially get a layup or dunk. So for your defensive guys, look, you want to do box. You at least want to put that on bronze. You don't have to put it on silver or gold or anything, but you do want that. Intimidator, you do want that on gold, however. You want rebound chaser on gold and rim protector on gold. And, like I do with pretty much every center build, I'll put clamps on bronze. And again, that's just in case a pick and roll situation, you get put on a guard. That's going to help you. Or if it's an opposing center, you'll cause them to pick the ball up. So it's good to have that at least on bronze. While it would be good if you could get it higher, I feel like these other badges, are going to work better for a center build. So you want them instead. But there you have it, guys. I mean, to me, this is a really, really good Kareem build. It's a fun build to play with. It's not going to be like a Shaq build or anything like that to where you're just, backing your opponent down and then dunking on them or anything. This is more of a finesse build. You're going to be shooting a lot of hook shots, pump fake, getting them in the air, drawing fouls, things like that. So it's really fun to play with, guys. So if that's something you think you would like to do, I would definitely say go ahead and do this build and hop in and play. But with that being said, guys, if you enjoyed the video, I would greatly appreciate if you'd post as that like button. If you enjoy those legends of the game, then this is the channel for you because that's all I do. So I would say, subscribe to the channel. And, guys, let me know in the comments below maybe some legends of the game you'd like to see me build. I'm always up, I always like to, listen to the guys that, watch the videos and things. But with that being said, guys, have a wonderful night, day, evening, wherever you are. Have a good one.